How's it going, Cocky? Welcome back to the desert of Arizona, where your Arizona Coyotes are making a serious push for the playoffs. We are just past the trade deadline, and we went out and we made a couple moves. We went out and we shored up the left side. I'm really happy with what we did on the left. Went out, got Teuvo Teravainen, who is on a sweetheart deal, not just this year, but next for $5.4 million, which is just a little bit more than we're paying Jaden Schwartz. And Schwartz has 21 goals, 37 assists, and Teravainen has a little bit less, to be fair, 19 goals, 34 assists, but he hasn't been playing with Clayton Keller. Let's just be honest here. So the new lineup looks pretty good. Alexander Steen slotted in there. The one problem, obviously, is that we lost our goalie basically until the playoffs start. Pretty much until the 1st of April. There are 3 games left in the regular season after the 1st of April. So we also went out and just traded not much, just to get Semyon Varlamov, who was a goalie on the block. He's got a 907 in the NHL. That's not AHL numbers. That is in the NHL. He's got a 907. He's got 20 wins. I don't really care about that, but his save percentage is above 900. And then we have Kaapo Kähkönen because we had to get rid of Adin Hill, which I understand that I could have just kept Adin Hill, but he was worth more than Varlamov, and he was so bad. Like, I could not entrust this month before the playoffs to him, so we went with Varlamov. It seemed to make sense to me. Varlamov's up at the end of the year. It's not going to cost us a bunch. I don't think it's a big concern. Now, we are stretching our budget a little bit. Let me get in here to team management. Let me get into contracts. We are stretching the budget a bit. We are at projected spent is 81.735. So we are $750,000 over, but we will most likely get playoff games. We've been winning. We've been turning a profit. I think we've been turning profit. Hold on. Yeah, we're making good profit. We're pretty soon we're going to be able to spin to the cap, I believe. I hope so. We'll have to get in touch with the managers, with the managers. I'm the manager. We'll have to get in touch with the owners, and we'll see if they're willing after this year to spend a lot closer to the cap. But that's for next season. So we have, how many games do we have left? We get in here. We have 20 games left. We are 10 points up over the next team in our division, and we're 14 points up on the last playoff spot in the West. So we just need to tread water. If we tread water, we'll make the playoffs with a pretty decent seeding. So we just got to come in here, take advantage of these teams, try and win whatever we can. Now, I am going to do the rest of the regular season in this video. I want to save the playoffs for their own video, playoffs and off season for their own video. So we're going to do more games. We're going to long sim more games. So we got 20 games left. We'll probably do, because I want this to be about the same length, we'll probably do maybe half of them. Maybe. I'm not sure. I want to do this Minnesota game because I want to see Varlamov's first game as well as Alexander Steen and whatnot. Let me first, I forgot to mention that Claude Giroux, our leading scorer, is injured. Where are our injury report? There we go. Giroux, does it not? It doesn't have like a pin. It says just pending evaluation. I thought it had like a return date. Maybe that's just, I don't know. I think it was like a week or so he'll be out. So when he comes back, this team is going to look even better. And the good thing too about Teravainen is he's on that timeline, that 2-year timeline. So we'll see who's still good. So first period, let me just get into it. After that, Alexander Steen scores the first goal, his first goal as an Arizona Coyote. And then Clayton Keller comes out and nets one as well. That's, in less than 30 seconds apart from one another. That's not bad at all. I was looking at Alexander Steen's career, and he got apparently traded. I forgot who we traded for. We traded for him from St. Louis. I'm pretty sure. I thought it was St. Louis. Shane Gostisbehere gets one for Minnesota. Didn't know he was on Minnesota. They must have got him. Another goal. Jacob Chikrin puts us up by 2 midway through the late part of the second period. But back to Steen. He didn't play for St. Louis last year, so he actually played for San Jose, and he had like a 20-goal year, and then went back to St. Louis this year. I believe that's what I saw. We'll have to check it out. We'll check it out when we see his stats, I guess, at the end of the year. Power play for Arizona. Come on, boys. Let's go. So yeah, just a kind of a weird career for him to be like, go out west, like go out to San Jose and come back to St. Louis for a year, and then they trade him, I guess. Barrett Hayton gets one. That's going to put the game out of reach. Yeah, Minnesota's no chance there. Varlamov gives up 1 goal on, he'll probably be one of the stars. Yeah, 1 goal on 34 shots. So that's a marked improvement over Aiden Hill. Actually, yeah. Yeah. I also did some construction stuff just for off screen, just to not have to worry about it. I wanted to see this because I wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy. Let's see Alexander Steen here. Yeah, okay. I'm not crazy. Well, I might be crazy, but I was right about this. So Steen played 1 year for San Jose and then came back to St. Louis. He's 38, so I guess they must have thought he's going to retire. Let's send him back to his team, his old team. Not the Leafs, though, just the one he won a cup with. So we definitely want to try and make that 2 for him. Now, the Oilers are a team that would make sense for us to play if we wanted to, but I don't want to. The Sharks don't make sense either. Standings wise, the Sharks and Oilers, I don't think they're not competing with us. I mean, it's not like any of them are really competing with us. So I want to see some interesting teams here. I might do the Sharks actually, because we might end up playing them. Everyone knows what Edmonton is, but let's see what the Sharks are. Let's sim up to the Sharks game, and we'll long sim it. Oh, no. Jacob Chikrin, injured with a concussion. His estimated return is March 28th. Oh, no. That's not good, but we can deal with this. I will be right back, and I'll fix the lineups. Okay, new look decor has Ryan Murray slotted over to his natural side, playing with Dougie Hamilton, and then OEL with Lyubushkin. I split the 2 high 80s guys. They were split before, but I kept them split just so we didn't have such a big drop off down to the second decor. Jake Dotchin slots in on the right. Realistically, we could go down there and get where are they? We could get Soderstrom or Capobianco, but Capobianco is waiver eligible, so I don't want him. But Soderstrom is not waiver eligible. I say we see how this goes with Jake Dotchin. I say we just play Jake Dotchin. We did end up winning that game, though. That's good. But we'll just play Jake Dotchin. It's not a big deal. It's going to be a month, and we're playing really well. So if we really start to lose, we'll call up Soderstrom if we need to. It's not the end of the world. So we're going to go ahead and sim this San Jose game. I figure we'll do this one because we might be playing them in the playoffs if we make it there. Hopefully we do. We are on pace to. But figured we should do that just to get used to them. What kind of guys they have. Gregor. I don't know who that is. So that's the first period. All we got is that Gregor goal from right on the doorstep in front of Varlamov. So probably not super his fault, but still, you know. Because I don't even know who the San Jose Sharks even have. Barrett Hayton scores on the power play. Ooh. Is that their backup goalie, or is Scott Wedgwood the starter for the Sharks? Power play for Arizona. That was a long one? Oh, Rylan Rupp, that second line. The second line is starting to produce. I need to check to see if it's Teravainen, if Teravainen's getting points and stuff. Because if he is, that's going to look like a real good pickup. Alexander Steen with another goal. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Oh, Tomas Hertl, though, still out there in San Jose. He's still in Silicon Valley. Is San Jose Silicon Valley? Oh, Kevin LeBanc scores. San Jose is Silicon Valley. I'm not making that up, right? Like, it's near San Francisco, right? It's the Bay Area. Whatever. I don't know. I'm not intimately familiar with California's geography. So LeBanc, Hertl, Gregor, those are names I guess we need to watch out for. LeBanc is probably pretty good. Tomas Hertl I know is a good player, but Alexander Steen is looking like a pretty damn good pickup. So let's get in here to the overtime period, and we are out shooting them a bit. It doesn't matter in the end though. They pick up the extra point. Dylan Gambrell, I believe is his name. Potts one, pass Varlamov. Varlamov gives up 4 goals in overtime. Or in a, you know what I mean. 1 goal per period. Not the greatest thing in the world. Let's go ahead and do this Kings game. We're just gonna play the divisional games. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I know we skipped that Illinois Edmonton game. We skipped the Oilers game, but from here on out, we're gonna sim every divisional game, and that's what this video will be. So every divisional game, long sim from here until the end of the season. Claude Giroux is back. That is a sound for sore ears. That's a sight for sore eyes, because he's going to help the offense on this team. But not today. We're going to let him rest an extra game because we are still picking up points. So we're going to let him rest the extra day. And we're going to just let him heal. I don't want him to jump back in and get injured immediately. There's no reason for it. Beaudin has not put up any points, but he is even. Which... playing with this fourth line, I think, is a pretty damn good accomplishment. Playing with Jesse Puljujärvi and Christian Fischer, who are not great defensively. I don't believe either of them. Fischer's okay. Puljujärvi's not great. Okay. At least he's not Denis Gurianov, right? Yeah. So we're gonna leave out Giroux, and we're gonna leave Beaudin in. We're not gonna put Cizikas back in. So 4-3 win over Buffalo. That's pretty good. That's pretty damn good. Okay, let's see if Giroux still got the yellow on him. Let's see here. Come on. Yeah, he's still recovering from the injury. Let's jump back in here and sim this game against the LA Kings. Who do they even have? I assume they still have, like, Doughty and Kopitar. Stuff like that. So first period. Victor Olofsson, baby. Let's go. Power play goal. 2.5 minutes into the game. That's not bad. Not bad. I like the way this team's built. They have... I feel like I built a team that has really good depth scoring. We might take a bit too many penalties. But a team that has really good depth scoring, but also high-flying top flight offense. Clayton Keller proves that again. I feel like when Varlamov is on, our goaltending is very good, but he's not on as much as I'd like him to be. That's a bit of an issue for me. I kind of would like for him to... I mean, obviously you'd like your goalie to be better, but I feel like just him to be more consistent. Because when Varlamov is good, he's very good, but when he's bad, he's pretty bad, and he lets in a lot of goals. But I don't really know how much of that is our D core and whatnot. But I feel like our D is pretty reliable. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Carl Grundstrom. Oh yeah, I forgot they traded him out to. The Leafs traded him to LA, didn't they? I forgot about that. It was the. That's the Jack Campbell. That's like the Campbell deal, I think. Jesse Puljujarvi with the power play goal late. That's a good game. That's a good game. LA's not a bad team, like, at all. This is a few years down the line, so they're a pretty damn good team. So we're gonna sim up here to the San Jose game. Who cares? Ticket prices are for losers. Advertising is also for losers. You know what the best advertising is winning. So we're going to check on Giroux. Okay, yeah, Giroux is healthy. So I'm going to take this time to get the lines sorted out, and I will be right back. All right, so the new lines with Giroux back, this center core is amazing. Probably one of the best in the NHL. Steen has dropped off. I think he's actually like stabilized to an 80 overall, but he's still putting up points for us. He's got 3 points in 5 games, 2 goals and an assist. And for a third, fourth line guy, I can't complain about that at all. We have a bit of a chemistry issue, but that's just going to happen. The big problem here and going into the offseason is that, and you'll see this when I get into let me just go into the special teams. So the special teams have Giroux back on the half wall with Ekman Larson at the point, and then the second line power play has Teravainen on the left, Schwartz on the right, Barrett Hayton in the center, and then Puljujarvi back there, I guess, taking shots. He's got a couple power play goals, I think. He's got 1 power play goal, but I don't think he's been playing on the power play for that long. I don't believe so. So you'll notice there's a name missing here, and that is Denis Gurianov. This team has really, it's outgrown him. He is good. He is very good. And he's got 6 years left at a not unreasonable deal. But there's just not really a spot here for Denis Gurianov. There is going to be a problem next year of Hayton being the second line center and Giroux potentially falling off and being a third line left wing guy in the later stage of his career. Now, we're trying to win a cup this year, so Gurianov stayed. I did mention I wanted to trade him, but it didn't really make any sense. There was nobody I could get to really fill in that line. So that's not really an issue this year, but going into the offseason and going into next year, it's a problem. It's not necessarily a problem cap-wise, but just in placement, where players are playing. He's kind of too good for the third line. I mean, he's not too good, but he gets paid a little too much, and we'll have to see how our budget comes through next year, but we may have to get rid of him. I don't know. I'm just letting you know now so that if I trade him in the offseason, it's not a surprise. So we are going to simulate this game against the San Jose Sharks. First period, it was... Okay, I was going to say, is it Gurianov? No, it is Clayton Keller on the power play. Second period, Logan Couture, but Barrett Hayton gets a power play goal. Oh, and my point with the Denis Gurianov was, like, we can't even really use him on the power play. We have good players, better players than him, I think, on the power play. Puljujarvi, I don't think, is as good, and I may end up switching Gurianov back onto the power play in place of Puljujarvi. But Puljujarvi makes less than $1 million, and Gurianov makes 4.75. Like, so that was the point I was making there. So we are getting up to 8 times speed, 5-on-4 power play for Arizona. Nothing comes from it. Another one We're out shooting them to all hell. Oh, another power play. Oh my god. Ryan Murray gets one, finally. So Scott Wedgwood really is their goalie. If we play them in the playoffs, we'll see it. But we'll see their team in more depth. But that's I don't think that's good. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's not good. So who do we got next? Where's our next thing? Oh, and also Bracco got pushed out because Bodin is better defensively, and I wasn't pushing out Bodin for Bracco on the fourth line. I don't know. He doesn't really do it. Oh, Pat Maroon. Pat Maroon's a good player, isn't he? Oh, come on. He's 34. And it says he's a 78 overall. I could be wrong, but he's nah, I don't need him. We don't need him. We just went out and traded for Steen. Lost to the Penguins though. That's kind of sucks. 6-0 win. Oof. 6-0 win over the Rangers. But we lose Lyubushkin in it, which means that we're going to have to call up... Okay, we're going to have to call up Soderstrom, which I suppose is not the worst thing. It'll be good to get him in the lineup. It's only the third pairing guy, and Soderstrom can come up and then be sent back down without waivers. So let me get in here. Roster moves. Let me adjust myself. Oh, come on. Why are you like this? Lyubushkin. I don't even have a... Is Jake Dawson really a 70? He's not a 73. He's been playing. He's played 7 games and got 4 points in 7 games. Wow, that's pretty good, actually. Wow. Jake Dawson, surprise of the century. Okay, good. We can now go back to the roster moves. Oh, please, 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 please. Please, no more whammies, no more injuries. How good is Ruzicka? Oh, Ruzicka's good defensively. Yeah, he's gonna play in the NHL next year. I think we've got our centers set for like 5 years here. Like, we should be fine. And our D-core, I think, is going to have maybe a period of flux, but it shouldn't be that bad. All right, so now I got to fix the lines in the AHL. Luckily, I don't care about them, so they can just be whatever it needs to be. We're going to put in Soderstrom over Bracco, or over... We're just going to plug Soderstrom into where Lyubushkin was in the second pair. Because I don't want Dotchin playing. Especially, I mean, Dotchin's playing pretty well with Bowie. So, like, why bother switching them? Just put Soderstrom in with Ekman Larson and let it be. Okay, oh, we won against Dallas like that, too. That's not bad. Okay, Lyubushkin is back. We're just going to continue, though. I also need to see what scouting is doing. I don't know if we have any players. Let's take a moment to scout here. Like, do we have guys? Yeah, we got... Oh, wow. Isaac Pavelski is a medium elite, like high likelihood medium elite, and he's projected to go that low. Okay, well, we'll pin him. We'll definitely pin him. What? Hold on, I guess I should have done draft board, because then I can see what picks I have. So we have projected picks. So we have a first and a third. So it's not... Drafting isn't super important right now. Hopefully we have the 31st pick. That's the goal. That's the goal, is to have damn near a second rounder with that first rounder. All right, so let's just get in here to Vegas. We're going to leave the... Actually, let me check on Soderstrom before I just leave him in there. Let's see if he's been playing. All right. Oh, he got a point, and he's a +1. Yeah, let's leave him in there. Let's just leave him in there. The team seems to be doing well with him. So We did lose, but it was in a shootout, so that's fine. All right, Vegas. The Vegas Golden Knights, another divisional rival. All right, first period, no score. No score. They are out shooting us by 11, though. That's 17-6 is not good. Second period, oof. Vinny Trocheck and Nick Roy. I think that's Nick Roy. Oh, did they injure Semyon Varlamov? Or did they just chase him? That's not good. Did they injure? If they injured Varlamov, we are so screwed for the rest of the regular season. Okay. Maybe with all these injuries coming up in the last half of the year, I'm really happy that I traded for an extra goalie, because I'm not sure that Nathan Tindek would be, like, you know, winning us playoff games. So I'm glad I went out and got Varlamov, so we have like 3 NHL caliber goalies. Well, 2-0. We got shut out. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Soderstrom's he's happy. All right, let's sim through here. Figure out, did we win this game? 4-1 win over New York. Let's now go to Calgary. Oh no, Calgary's coming to us. Awesome. Another divisional rival. Couple divisional games here. We got Calgary and then Vancouver coming to town. Let's go ahead, get into this. Leaving it the same. I know Lyubushkin's back, but I'm just leaving it the same. So, first period, we did get a score. Ryan Murray. Ryan Murray. I said that thing about him last video that he just doesn't put up any points, and now every time I sim a game, he puts up a goal somehow. Second period, Phil Kessel coming back to bite me in the ass. I swear. And Elias Lindholm puts them on top. 2 power play goals. Taking too many penalties, guys. Taking too many penalties and giving up too many goals. Maybe I need to go back through the penalty kill. I saw the penalty kill. It didn't look like the best thing to put out there, but I just left it. So maybe we'll have to adjust the penalty kill here. Come on. Nothing. 2-1 loss to Calgary. Not what we were looking for at all. Alright, so for this, Samsonov is back. He's okay. Samsonov is back. Now. Wait. We have 20... it's because we have 3 goalies. Or no. Yeah, we have 1 too many skaters. So who do we have that's, like, taken up? So, I mean, Lyubushkin is scratched. And Cizikas and Bracco are scratched. Do we send down Cizikas or Bracco? Bracco seems like the guy. But Cizikas is old and he also makes a bunch more money. Makes too much money. And he's like at least good defensively. And he slots in. He was bad on that 4th line though. Who goes down? Who goes down? We could just send Soderstrom down and then just not have to worry about it. Keep the same team. Nah, I want to put down one of these 2. Okay, we're gonna send Bracco down. We're sending down Bracco. If a team claims him, oh well. Vancouver got him fair and square. That's fine. Oh, and we play them too. Yeah, that's lovely. Jacob, go to roster moves. Okay, now it's Soderstrom going down, right? It's got to be Soderstrom. Gotta be. Who is not waiver eligible? The only 2 guys are Rylan Rupp, who's not going down, and then Victor Soderstrom. Yeah, Soderstrom's got to go back down because that's the goalie, or that's the defenseman. So now I got to fix the lines. I will be right back. All right, so we have the return of Jacob Chychrun. We are putting him on the second pair. Him and Hamilton are now the second pair, just so we don't wear him out in his first game and he gets hurt again. We also put Lyubushkin back with Bowie. Ekman Larson Murray is now the first line. I did change up the penalty kill And Barrett Hayton and Bodan were already the centers, but I put Ekman Larsson on the first penalty kill. I know he is not amazing defensively, like especially compared to Chychrun. Well, no, I guess they're kind of the same. All right, well, that's fair. Let me put Lyubushkin. Isn't he better defensively? Basically the same. Okay, nothing overly impressive about our defensemen on our penalty kill. None of our defensemen are below 4 stars except for Bowie, but that's fine. So we got him there, and I threw Jaden Schwartz on here, and he helps the morale out on the penalty kill here. The second line PK. So I can't really complain. And he's also a 4.5 star defensive player. That's pretty good. Then we threw Fisher up here on the top line with Hayton. So that should be pretty acceptable. Hopefully better than it was. And then I wanted to point out Samsonov is back. But this, if you had any doubts about the Aiden Hill move, don't, because look at this. Kaapo Kähkönen is a 943 in 5 games with a 1.95 GAA. And then Semyon Varlamov is a 910. But remember, he was a 907. So you see it right there, in 11 games with us, he hasn't won all of them. He's actually lost more than he's won. But in 11 games with us, he's a 921 with a 2.47 GAA. That's awesome. That's exactly what we needed. Like, that's better than, I would have been fine with him being a 907. Like, he's done work, and I'm really happy. The downside is that, or I guess it's not a downside, but we have a better goalie coming back. So Kähkönen, as good as he's been, we're going to let him ride the pine for a little bit here, because we got to get Samsonov back in some games. We're going to let him back up the next game, just to be in the room, in case, just to be on the ice, taking warm-ups and everything. Just let him dress, and then we're going to have Varlamov play against Vancouver. Vancouver, not overly amazing team. They did steal Jeremy Bracco from us, so I assume Jeremy Bracco will score but somewhere between 2 and 5 points between us this game. It's just how it goes. All right, let's get into this. First period, nothing. 11-6 of the shots. Okay, I can deal with this. Second period, Victor Olofsson and Clayton Keller for us. Olofsson on the power play, Keller 5-on-5. Elias Pettersson, though, gets another goal, or a goal, his first of the game, against Varlamov on the power play. Not unexpected. We are out shooting them 30-12 right now. Jaden Schwartz gets a goal just after the penalty kill, too. 5-on-3. Brock Besser gets a goal. Ugh. What do you expect? It's a 5-on-3. If they don't score on it, it's a miracle. Joe Pavelski gets one for Vancouver. Didn't even know he was on Vancouver. Oof. But guaranteed point. Varlamov he's going to get credited with a win. We won. Barrett Hayton. Nets won in overtime. I can't complain. Varlamov's our backup, so I can't be too upset. He's had better games, but he won. That's the most important thing. They don't ask how, they ask how many, and that's another W in the column. So we're going to come up here to this Anaheim game. We've got Anaheim and Vegas. 2 games left that we're going to sim. Ugh. Oh, no. At least it's just Madison Bowie injured with a sore foot. He'll come back like the start of the playoffs. Team lines must be edited. Ugh. Okay, that's easy, though. That's an easy fix. I'm not even going to have to cut for this one. We're just going to throw in Jake Dotchin wherever we need that to replace him. Oh, man. The way that Lyubushkin just is so... He's so, like, perfect for playing this bottom pair D core. Like, he's so good at being the 6th defenseman. Like, it makes me not want to get rid of him. It makes me want to sign him to something and then trade Bowie, because Bowie still has a year left on his deal. I don't know. We're going to have to see how much Lyubushkin wants, because we got guys knocking down the door down here. I forgot about I have to put Soderstrom back in the lineup. I just been doing best lines in the AHL. It's not the most important thing. Yeah, so Soderstrom, did he get a point? He got a point, right? Yeah, he got an assist. In 5 games, he had 1 assist. That's not bad at all. I mean, he'll be satisfied, I hope. He played really well, I thought, and now we know if we need him, we can count on him. So let's get... Oh, the St. Louis Blues have fired head coach Ronnie Para. Poor guy. All right. Oh, the Ducks are good, too. Ducks have 40 wins. Are they right behind us? Are they the team behind us? We're almost a 50-win team. I would hope we would be a 50-win team. The Ducks are 2 team. They're the 3rd team in the division. So we are in the playoffs. Let's see if we can get 50 wins here against one of our divisional rivals. All right, first period. That's not good. Troy Terry, Kevin Shattenkirk, and Mahura. Mahura came out strong. Samsonov in his, not his first game back, but in disappointing. Oh, and 2 goals in the last minute. I think that might be 2 goals in the last minute might be grounds for being pulled and had the backup go in. Jaden Schwartz gets 1 past John Gibson. Victor Olofsson does the same, but Philippe Danault puts another 1 past Ilya Samsonov. Oh, Samsonov. It's a good thing we have 3 goalies. Oh my goodness. Okay. Samsonov is such a weird goalie. I know he's good and he puts up good stats at the end of the year, but he just does not blow you away. He's supposed to be an elite goaltender. He's an 87 overall, but he's just so he'll end up with a 910 save percentage, which isn't amazing, but it's doable. But he'll end up with a 910 in the most fantastical way possible, where he'll have 5 games of being an 875, and then he'll have 5 games of being a 940. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Goalies are voodoo. They're magical anyway. So let's get into the 3rd here. Hope for some goals. Not that kind. Oh, I think that's Jacob Larson is the defenseman. In Anaheim, he scores. Samsonov 5 goals against, dude. Come on, man. We need more than that. Oh, yeah, has lost morale because of recent individual performance. No shit, dude. All right, let's sim up here this last game. Bowie is available to play. We're going to continue. We're going to leave Jake Dotchin in. Who cares? There's the 50 wins, 51 wins. Let's get this last game, and then let's see how everyone ends up. Oh, I should have checked to see if anybody was a goal off from 30 or 20 or something like that. All right, first period. Mark Stone gets 1 on the power play. Pass Varlamov. Ugh. Does Varlamov go... Oh, Claude Giroux gets a power play goal. Does Varlamov start in the playoffs for us? Is that what's about to happen? Rylan Rupp gets 1 in on the power play. Pass Casey Smith. Rylan Rupp with another goal. Chandler Stevenson gets 1 back for Vegas. They are within 1 with 9 minutes left. Oh, yeah. Rylan Rupp hat trick in the 2nd period. That's a natural hat trick, right? That's a natural hat trick all in the same period. You beautiful boy. You beautiful boy. I am so glad that we ended up with you. Who was it? I wanted somebody else, and I wanted somebody at 3. I was going to trade up from 5 to 3 because I wanted the guy going at 3. And then they took him at 3. I couldn't get the deal or whatever, and they took... I can't even remember now. I recorded those episodes a few months ago. I kind of stopped uploading this for a while, so yeah, I don't remember who that was. It was somebody in the draft in year 1 or 2. That was a lucky break that they took somebody else. I don't remember. I think it was Minnesota or something like that. All right, let's just get into the 3rd here. Oh, come on. Why not make it 4, Rylan? Make it 4. Make it 4 goals, man. Power play for Vegas. Nothing comes from it, though. That's pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Oh, Clayton Keller gets one past Robin Leonard. In the third, 2 minutes left. That's going to do it. It's going to close the door on the regular season. We're not going to look at events. We're going to just go in and look at the total points. Okay, so just like that Sabres series, it's 13 points clear. Well, that wasn't, but we had a really good year. Did we win the President's Trophy? Yeah. Oh God, this is going to be like the same thing. This is like deja vu all over. Well, deja vu all over again is redundant, but this is just deja vu. This is the exact same thing happening again. We surprisingly, what is this? I think, yeah, this is year 3. Yeah, year 3, we get President's Trophy. I'm pretty sure the exact same thing happened in that Buffalo Sabres GM mode. Oh well. You can see there, Clayton Keller ended up with 85 points. That's impressive, considering he did not even play 82 games. So, but we want to look at the stats through this because we want to go through line by line. So this first line, Jaden Schwartz, Clayton Keller, Victor Olofsson were fan-freaking-tastic. They were good defensively. They were even better than they were last year. They were better offensively too. Jaden Schwartz ended up with 25 goals, 47 assists for 72 points, a plus 36, 19 penalty minutes. Only 12 of those points come on the power play and only 3 of the goals. That is very impressive considering last year he had 9 power play goals out of his 19. That is so impressive. So Keller takes a step back, but honestly, what do? You had 107 points and he had an injury. If he hadn't had that injury, he'd probably end up somewhere around 90 points. He had the worst shooting percentage of his career in the simulation. So he was shooting 16 2 years ago and then 12 last year. And this year he ends up with 9. And even though he had less goals and he had a much worse shooting percentage than he has in the last 2 years, he also took less shots than he did last year. And he still ended up with 18 goals. Only 18 goals, but he had 67 assists. So I think he's going to come back up, especially considering he missed those 5 games. So I think he's going to have, it's not even a bounce back. He had a great year, but I think next year is one to watch out for him, especially if he ends up with maybe 2 new wingers in the form of Teuvo Teravainen and Rylan Rupp, as opposed to Jaden Schwartz and Victor Olofsson. We'll see how that goes. That's just something to watch out for in the next kind of year, 2 years, because that transition will happen because Rylan Rupp will end up being a better player. It's just a fact. He's got to be. Also, plus 31 is insane. He was a plus 33 last year. Like, this guy, I mean, he's everything he's built. Like, it does what it says on the tin. He puts up points. He's just a great player. First line center, easy. Victor Olofsson, after the absolute rocket he had last year, I mean, plus 35, 99 points, all that. I mean, that was an insane year. 38 though, almost another 40 goal season. 41 assists, so that's his lowest assist total since he came to us, but still, that's pretty good. His lowest point total as well, 79 points. But he was missing his center for a few games there, for 5 games. We're playing with Giroux. Ended up with the same amount of power play points. He did end up with more power play goals, though, interestingly enough. I think the first line didn't score quite as much. This was a year more about more balanced scoring. And you see that kind of through the lineup. So our big trade deadline acquisition ended up being almost a point-a-game player for us. Not a big goal scorer, but those assist totals are legit. That's really good, and he shot 3%. I mean, if he's here next year, which he will be, he's signed, I think he's going to end up with a little bit better than 20 goals, especially if him and Jaden Schwartz swap places. I'm I'm pretty satisfied. Would have liked to see more goals, but 18 assists I think is plenty. Claude Giroux was our big off-season acquisition. And he went out and he also missed 5 games with injury. But he had, at 35 years old, 27 goals, 52 assists, 79-point season. And this is him going, he was probably the first line center in Philadelphia, going to being the second line center in Arizona at another year older. And he basically shot the same, a percentage point less. He took a lot more penalties, though. Don't know what was up with all the penalties. I think this team just takes penalties. But and he also missed a couple games due to injury. And he ended up with not that many fewer goals, not that many fewer assists. I think Claude Giroux was a successful experiment in going out and getting a veteran. And I'm really happy that we went out and did it. Oh yeah, let's check this. What's his time on ice? His time on ice is 17 minutes here. Yeah, look, in 3 minutes less average time on ice, or time on ice per game, he still ended up within 10 points, within 7 goals, within 2 assists, within 30 shots. I think he was very impressive. Very, very impressive. This kid is here. He's something about the number 3 with this guy, I swear. So Rylan Rupp ended up leading our team in goals. I didn't even realize. So he had 40 and then he went out and got a hat trick just to show off in his sophomore season. 43 goals, 33 assists, 76 points, plus 35. And he had 9 power play goals, so that means he still had 32 5-on-5 goals. Wow. And he had 9 power play assists as well. That's pretty good. Oh boy. In 16 minutes time on ice per game. I think next year's the year. I think that shows he's ready to play with top line talent. And I think we might even see it in the playoffs. If there's a bit of a slowdown, I think we could see these two swap in the playoffs. So we'll see. All right, now going on to our third line, we're going to start with Hayton. I want to save Steen for last year. So Barrett Hayton, flip-flopping between second and third line center depending on injuries. I think he played about 10 games as second line center, because Giroux and Keller each missed 5. So we'll say he played 10 games as second line center, and that leaves 72 games as third line center, which means he put up almost 30 goals on our third line. Yeah, I mean, that's just great. 30 goals, almost 30 points. Ended up with 50 or almost 30 assists. Ended up with 56 points, plus 12. Playing with some of the people he was playing with earlier in the year, you can't really complain. And he did put up goals on the power play, I see. 10 power play goals, but that's fine. If he dines out on the power play and then he's just good defensively, helps out the third line, that I don't know. I think I'm pretty happy with that. This guy's been kind of my thorn in my side, Denis Gurianov. I tried to trade him like 3 times this year, I think. I was talking about trading him in the offseason. I was talking about trading him going into the season. I talked about trading him going into the trade deadline. Didn't trade him. I just keep coming back to him. And because he is a good player, I'm just worried about his cap hit. I think I might have given him too much, hoping he'd grow into that. I paid him money of like a third line quality player who's going to grow into be that second line guy, and he's just kind of stayed that third line quality player. But he's a very good third liner. 17 points or 17 goals, 34 assists for 51 points, plus 17, shooting 9.2%, 12 power play points, 3 of those being goals. I'm glad I didn't get rid of him for this year. Here's the real interesting thing. Alexander Steen ends the year with, he did play an extra game. I knew that would happen. But he ends up with 14 goals, 11 assists, 14 penalty minutes. Ends up with us in 20 games, 5 goals, 1 assist, 6 points. Now that's interesting, and I did see, I think a few of those goals came when I was viewing, when I was simming the games, when I was long simming. So I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, 20 games, I mean, he was on a much better goal pace. Assists, whatever. If you score goals, you don't have to score assists. Like, that's, who cares? I think if you're scoring one, if you're this part of the lineup, if you're scoring one, I don't really care about the other. I like that move, though. I don't think it was too much to pay, and he's going to be gone after this year. He'll probably be retired. He's 39 years old. I hope we can go out and get him a cup. Christian Fischer on the fourth line. The fourth line was pretty disappointing this year, just nothing special. No injuries to them, though, but they were just... Fisher ended up with 23 points, -4, 20 penalty minutes, and he played every game. I want to check Puljujärvi first before I do Beaudin. Puljujärvi ended up a pretty good bounce-back year. I mean, last 3 years, he didn't play a full season. This is the first full season he's ever played in the NHL, and he ended up with 20 points, 11 of them goals, 26 penalty minutes, 1 power play goal. I think we're going to swap back Guryanov on the power play, move Puljujärvi off of it. But it was a nice little experiment. He scored in like the first or second game. I put him up there. Okay. Well, now let's check Beaudin. Now, Beaudin played 20 games, did not score a single point. That's a shame. That's a real shame, because I was pretty excited about him. He wasn't that bad defensively, though. So I say going into the playoffs, I think he plays the first game. And unless he scores a goal, then unless Beaudin scores a goal, we're going to put in Zizekas, I think, for the second game. We lost Bracco, sadly. But it was a casualty of war. It's not a big deal. Our D core, I'm pretty impressed with. So OEL ended up with almost 20 goals, almost 40 assists. So 18 goals, 39 assists, 57 points, plus 12. Not necessarily as impressive as he was 2 years ago, but pretty damn close. I mean, he's consistent. Every single one of his years for me has been within 5 points of one another. That's impressive. He's a great player. He's a really, really good player. This is the first time he's played all 82 games, too. So, the Rock, the captain back there, he's holding it down. He's a good player. He helps out on the power play a ton, as you can see. 7 power play goals, 13 assists on the power play. Love that guy. Ryan Murray remains a really good pickup, and one I'm really proud of, free agency signing that I am really happy we made. 30 points. That is his best ever? Yeah, that was his best career offensively ever. Plus 23, 5 goals, that's whatever. 25 assists, that's awesome. He did get 1 power play point. 1 assist on the power play. I think that was early on in the year when we still had the just best lines power play. But Ryan Murray is just no fuss. He doesn't put up a bunch of points. You don't really see him on the score sheet, but he just is good. He's like the ultimate like middle pairing, just filler. Like he puts up a few points, but not too many. Like he's just unremarkable. He's like perfectly adequate for exactly what we want to do, which is awesome. So this was our first line for a while until Chychrun got injured, and then we've kind of shuffled him back down. But Chychrun, first pair, not line, sorry. Chychrun ends up with 8 goals, 21 assists, 29 points. He would have had 30 if he had played every game, I'm sure. Shot pretty high, but, you know, they went in, so that's fine. Dougie Hamilton This one I love too. I love the Ryan Murray and Dougie Hamilton signings. Ryan Murray or Dougie Hamilton ends up with 57 points, 47 assists, 10 goals. That's insane. 47 assists. He has eight more assists than like famed offensive defenseman Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Dougie Hamilton is such a good player, such a great deal we got him signed to as well. I think we're going to maybe try and re-sign him even if Murray goes. I'm not sure. We'll have to see. That's for next year. That's next year problems. We'll see. Jake Dotchin played 16 games for us. He just kind of came up because of injury and then just left him in because Bowie can just rest. But Jake Dotchin played 16 games, ends up with 5 points, 2 goals, 3 assists, +4. Completely unremarkable, perfect for a 6th or 7th D-man. Ilya Lyubushkin, I am like I'm falling in love with this guy. Like 5 goals, 16 assists, 21 points, +22. You put him on the third pair and he just makes the overall +3 and the morale. He's just so damn good. I love him as that role. I want to check out Madison Bowie here. Madison Bowie played his role to perfection as well. He missed 4 games, but he still ended up with 3 goals, 10 assists, 13 points, +13. Nothing much to say about that. Casey Zizekas, we'll see him. I guess I could have checked Jeremy Bracco to see how he did because he was our third line center for a little bit and he played third line wing, but I don't know. I think the team's been playing better since he got claimed off waivers. Still would have liked to have him around because he's just a young guy with a little bit of upside. But Casey Zizekas here ended up, he didn't play 20 games. He missed 20 games due to just being scratched for the last 20 games. He ended up with 7 goals, 12 assists, 19 points, -7 is the real problem. Even though he is pretty good defensively, like he's a 5-star defensive player, he just, I don't know. I guess it's that line. You put him with that 4th line and he just doesn't perform defensively, but it's easier to replace him with somebody who played well with them than it is to replace both the wingers. Can't really do that on a whim. All right, and then we'll just glance at Kaapo Kähkönen. He hasn't played any more games since we last saw him, but great NHL debut for Kähkönen, who will be our backup goalie next year. Signed for a great deal, $943 in 5 games. He faced 159 shots and saved 150 of them. Cannot complain. Hope he can maintain that into next year. So getting into the actual goalies, we're going to start with Varlamov, the trade deadline pickup. He ended up getting 7 wins for us. 7 wins and 4 losses and 2 overtime losses. Ended up with a 919 in a Coyotes uniform. That's pretty good. That's pretty good considering what we gave up for him. And he really came in and saved the day. Him and Kähkönen came in and saved the day when Samsonov went down. And they may have to save the day again going into the playoffs. That is just a fact, as you will see shortly. Ilya Samsonov ends the year with a 906. Not overly impressive. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, I forgot that we traded for him in the middle of the year, and he was really good. He was really bad for Washington, and then we traded for him, and he was really good. Yeah, I don't know. I guess he's somewhere in the middle between 893 and 929. I don't know. I don't know if I like him as our goalie. He's up at the end of the year. We're going to have to make a decision on him, but that's for next video. That is our players. I guess I could check the prospects. I guess we'll check the prospects. Ruzicka, I know, had a great year. Yeah, like Adam Ruzicka had a great year. He's going to be a good player. He's probably going to play in the NHL next year. Bo Bennett was good. I mean, he's just like, trying to think who else is our real prospect. Steenbergen is not really a prospect. He's a little too old to be a prospect. He had a good year. He could be an injury call-up easily. John Hayden, no. Peterson, no. Who else is young? Nolan Foote, how did he do? That's not bad. 27 points in 64 games. Better than last year. Can't really complain. Michael Chaput is old. Matthias Machelli. Okay. Not the worst thing. Here's the real guys. Here's the real prospects, though. We did lose Broberg, but I don't think it's going to hurt us that bad. Capobianco, he's kind of like Steenbergen. He's not really a prospect, but will probably be either NHL 7 or NHL 6 next year. We'll see. Probably 6 or 7. It just depends on how it goes. Because Soderstrom, I guess I should have checked. Yeah, Capobianco had a really good year. 41 points. He had 48 last year. Like, he's a good player. I don't think he's going to get much better, if any. But he will be a good depth guy going forward. What's his contract situation? He is signed for 3 years. Yeah, Capobianco, we're going to see a little bit more of Capobianco, old Whitehead. Victor Soderstrom he's the real star of the show down here. 22 years old. Ended up with, in 60 games, 41 points as a defenseman. Very impressive. Came up, played 5 games for us on our second D pair. Had 1 assist. Was an even player. I mean, he showed he wasn't bad. He didn't, not fit in. He didn't just come up and you can immediately tell he didn't belong, you know what I mean? So that's very impressive. And he will definitely be in the NHL next year because he will certainly grow. Our goalies down here, Hogberg is not really a prospect, but Prosvetov is sort of prospect-like. He didn't get to play that many games, though, I don't believe. Yeah, he played 4 games with us earlier in the year. He wasn't great, wasn't bad. That was during the whole... I think that was the first Samsonov injury, or was it... There was an injury earlier, and we called him up because Aiden Hill was just so bad. Or maybe it was just benched Aiden Hill. I don't even remember now. Can't even remember. He played 11 games in Tucson and was an 886. He doesn't really look like he has much of a future, but I don't know, especially when Hogberg's right there. And then these guys, David Tindek, these guys are just whatever. Albin Eriksson and John Jason Paterka. A bit of a waste on that Paterka trade. He's only 21. He's got time to grow, but he doesn't really have much potential. It's not a big deal. So that will do it because, there's no more. Okay. You will see next week when we return, there will be playoff action. Oh, hold on. I forgot. We got to go ahead and to get to the regular season and to the end of the regular season to see who we're going to play. So when you come back, we will be playing the Los Angeles Kings. Ooh, I can't wait to see who they have, what's changed on that team from 2020. That's a quick turnaround for them to be as bad as they are now, to be back in the playoffs in a couple of years. They do seem like they've kind of backed into the playoffs at 4-6 in their last 10, but it's not like we're much better. So that'll be interesting. So come back next week to see that exciting playoff round and hopefully a couple more. So thank you very much for watching. I have been Katka. You have a great day and take care.